Welcome again, Capricorn. Dadhichi Toth here from astrology.com.au. It's a very, very important month for you in particular. The transit of Saturn, which has for the last couple of years or so been in your zone of friendship, is about to make a transit out of that house, and that takes place on the 18th into the sign of Sagittarius, your 12th house. This 11th house, this last couple of years, has had a lot to do with your friendships, people that you've associated with. And there may have been some sort of curtailing of those activities, a bit of a revision over your relationship with some of those people. And now an even deeper period of self-reflection may start to take place. This 12th house of the zodiac is a sector related to spiritual insight, a questioning of yourself and your life. It's a very deep and serious sector. It's the hidden house. It really takes you into those hidden crevices of your personality and your past. So this may have been precipitated by a feeling of, disappointment with your social life, with a particular friend perhaps. And this has acted as a catalyst to make you delve a little more deeply. We see that this spiritual connectivity is there due to the Jupiter and Sun transit in your 9th house as well, which is the house of learning, higher learning, spirituality, law, philosophy, these types of things. And so having this combined influence there, and don't forget too, Mars and Venus in your 8th house of self-transformation makes for a fairly significant sort of combination of energies in the zodiac for you and those of you born under the sign of Capricorn. Venus, one of your friendly planets, the ruler of the 5th house of love affairs, of children, has been in this transformative 8th house doing retrograde movement. So the revision is taking place in this area of your life as well. Retrograde planets take us into that recounting sort of mode where we look back and think, hang on, what's going on here? Let me take a look at this. Let me reflect and establish whether or not there's something I could have done better, or, something the other person could have done better. And you've had this, a little while ago, the conjunction of Venus and Mars, which is a very passionate planet in this 8th house of sex and intimacy. So when the retrogression takes place there, it's quite likely you may be looking at matters of intimacy with your partner, sexuality, what that means, how you can best improve yourself through this knowledge or through that act. Ultimately, sex is a spiritual activity where one forgets oneself and, embraces the other person in an act of selflessness, a giving of one's love and physicality to the other person. But maybe there's something going on there as well, because we do see the 11th house transit of your ruling planet Saturn doing a full right angle reverse, what we call a reverse square, to that 8th house. So you have to be careful that if, what you're revising or looking back at during this period is not to your liking, you don't, as they say, throw the baby out with the bathwater. You need to delicately pick out those elements, put them to the side, discuss them, address the issues, and retain what's good in your relationship at this time. Many of these things will have had an impact on your domestic life because, we see the month starting off with the transit of Venus, the transit of the moon, in your 4th house of domestics, family life, etc. And Venus in that retrograde motion has, and is right now right in the same degree as Mars, which rules this area of your life. So this is having an impact upon your domestic happiness and your inner happiness as well, because the fourth house is inner peace and self-contentment. So you need to get all of this stuff out of the way if you're going to have any chance of feeling happy in yourself. This is a very inward period for you, and the next couple of years is going to be the same. You need to go back. If you really want to revise this period properly, look back 30 years or so to see where you were at that time, if you were indeed alive. If you were, then you may get a bit of a hint as to what's coming over the next couple of years. I think you'll start to see this period strongly focusing on those of you born in the early part of Capricorn in particular. You'll start to see those results very, very strongly. The other important transit that I see here for you, well, firstly, there's a solar eclipse. That's the new moon in Virgo, which is the 9th house. Again, 9th house is your past. 9th house is journeys. It's also to do with legal matters. So some of you that have had any sort of legal issues there might start to see a turning of the corner at this time. It's generally lucky having Sun and Jupiter there. It can show that you've maybe broken the back of it and have had some good decisions. This can also extend to test results. There might have been some disputes in that area. Those of you that are having bureaucratic problems, anything to do with law, philosophy, higher education, universities, training, applications, all that sort of stuff. But you need to clarify that very, very quickly, because we do see retrogression of Mercury on the 18th, and that will follow that new moon in the 9th house on the 13th. So within about 5 days of each other, you see that there could be a pulling back again. Mercury's in your 10th house now, which is your career. So for some of you, your education is going to impact very strongly on your work practices, especially those of you coming out of university or getting your diplomas and that sort of thing. Might be a little bit disappointed to find that things don't move as quickly. It's maybe even better not to make those applications till the third or even fourth week of September. Just relax a little bit. The other transit is firstly the Sun is going to move into your 10th house on the 23rd. That's excellent. And then Mars will move out of this 8th house on the, let me have a look there. I thought it was the 25th. So these are two good transits. 8th house Mars is not good. 9th house Sun is not good. So they're transiting out of those positions is actually much, much better. And the Sun will move to the 10th house, which indicates the opportunity to elevate yourself, acquire a new job, do well within the organisation that you're working in, and to lift your self-esteem generally. The Sun gets good directional strength there. If you're looking to a direction, the southern direction is good for the transits of Sun in the 10th house. If you're looking to a direction where you might be more successful in that area, do look to the south. And the retrograde Pluto in your Sun sign is also one that comes to an end for the time being on the 25th with its motion forward. So a lot happening for you this month. It's a self-reflective time. That's going to continue. You should see this as an excellent prospect for you to improve yourself and to elevate yourself to the level that you desire. The lunar eclipse on the 28th is the final very important transit that takes place in the sign of Aries. Again, same sign that the month commenced in that area of domestics. So I think what that's saying to you is that although all this other stuff can be going on the outside, you can find a haven of peace within yourself if you look deeply enough, if you're reflective enough, and you don't rely too much on the outer world for your happiness just now. I hope to see you here again next month. Astrology.com.au gives you the update in textual form, daily readings, this monthly reading and the yearly reading, so you can get everything in context. You've got practitioners like myself there if you need to have a more detailed analysis one-on-one evaluation, we're happy to do that. And then, of course, you've got my associates. They can help you with that as well, if you prefer them to me. See you soon. Take care. Good luck. Take care.